Hello and welcome to Team Fortress TV 2. We are running late because they gone and went live without telling us. I'm loading server info right now. I am CommanderX. I'm joined by the Tinder creep who puts girls off sleep, aka Getawhale. Sim is on the camera. Sim, have you got picture right now?
I got picture. We've got Ubers being popped off right now. I'll tell you what's going on. Blues just used their Uber, trying to come in and cap the midpoint, but it was a real good milk by Red. That's 425 came in and blocked it, and so 425 now looking pretty good as they just lose Dicker though that went down. The repush is on from E-Shock.
E-Shock, that's right. I have picture now as well. Drossa's going to clean up the Demo Man underneath the point, just to kind of give you a bit of a catch-up, even though we're live already. 425 have taken the opening round. It's a catch-up of a week 1 game of Badlands between E-Shock, ESPORT and 425, both with sort of a mixed bag so far in Premiership, I think. E-Shock have 6 points, 425 have 7 points, so both neck and neck, pretty close down the lower end of the table. So this is going to be an important matchup to see who can really claim the points here. Even though 425 got out first round, they are now back on the back foot. All the way at last. GDK putting those forward stickies up that he always loves to do up top right there. Meanwhile, the rest of the Frenchies walking forward. They've got their full Uber. I imagine it'll be a pretty standard push, but the stickies are right there where they're coming. They do depth, but it's not to get much damage out. But Pyro's going to try and delay him. Scaff goes down pretty swiftly after that. Hidan is dropped during the Uber though. They're going to try and clear up the Soldier though, but 425 with a strong resistance, yeah.
D-Gun who just kind of sneaked around on the right side and came back up, made a bomb in for the demo. Dicker was... Oh! Speaking of demo, GDK goes down there to a big headshot from Nico. Tagged up as God's hand, which we were talking about. It's pretty funny before the match.
Oh, don't get me started on that. Oh,
yeah.
If there's a pause, that name's getting ripped apart, I'm telling you.
Shadowborn holding inside the pipe here a little bit. Very interesting. You don't see that typically with using the black box. Using the black box, holding inside the pipe. That's a little different. Have you seen that out of Shadowburn before?
Yeah, but he loves it. Welcome to Europe, Getawhale. You see a lot of kind of, I guess, wackies, maybe the most accurate term from Shadowburn, trying little bits of stuff, but we do have a spy on the field right now. Deegan is behind, well, kind of behind. He's actually in front of everyone, because they all backed up. We're in an equal Uber situation. 425 did not push off that advantage, and Deegan's going to try and get in behind the spy. He's all the way behind the point right now. I won't be surprised if E-Shock try and put a little bit of pressure on there, make it up. Shadowburn goes down. Deegan is now walking up, but the medic's back in sport. He can't do anything. He gets stuck in front of a soldier. He's going to get dropped. The Ubers are coming in and trading. Anyway, Scout's going to get on the point. Drossa's going to go straight down. Still a load of stickies on there. This is going to make it really difficult. E-Shock look like they want to try and repush, but they really don't have the numbers to back this up. Scaffer's going to come in, pick off the sniper as well.
GDK
they're going to have to run.
GDK did a great job. He did just kind of a drive-by through the backs there in upper lobby and just sort of pushed him out. He's jumping in all the way now. Takes a rocket, looks like, with GDK doing the scout job and creating tons of space and has them pushed all the way back. Duchoke going to jump in from one soldier, but GDK doing a ton of work right there.
Yeah, Deegan tried to jump in to kind of get the medic, but Deegan surfed it all the way up to Spire. Nice and safe right there. And even though the Ubers have stayed even throughout the whole thing after that exchange, Board and Deegan down as both soldiers. 425 going to try and move it in. Scout's trying to put the pressure on him, but he's super weak. Going to be cleaned up by Shayu right there. And they have quite a bit of presence now on this middle point. It should be pretty comfortable for them, even if their health's not great. Now Scout's getting all over Hidan, but he's just about saved himself from Sid Vicious. Just one thing to note, I guess, is they are without Kenzie today, 425, their sort of star scout, as the Ubers are traded on point. Damage going either way, lots of flashes off. E-Shock might give us better of this, but
Drossa's in. Drossa was wrapping around and a jump in from the soldier as well. Drossa was just kind of waiting for that Uber to get popped off, and the med goes down real easily there, and just wiping the floor here with all of 425. The flank there of E-Shock played that Uber perfectly, just sort of stalked it out and waited to jump in once the Uber faded.
Yeah, they're going to get more picks here. It has worked from Board and Drosso in particular, and with only 2 people alive, both soldiers, but I'm not sure what they can really do here. Shadowburn's going to have to back it up. Shadowburn is, of course, a Merc as well. He normally plays for GG Well Played, the other Russian team, in Premiership. So, a little bit out of full strength, because this is originally a Week 1 fixture. They're kind of out of the wild card period they were given right now, like right close to the deadline, so they had to play it. So they're making the best of what they have. But 425 going to find themselves defensive on last once again. They were able to hold it before without having an Uber to sort of stem the flow. They're going to come in top now. Both scouts,
real early.
Yeah, just going to try and focus down this Heavy. The Heavy will swap classes nicely. But they're going to go drop on point. There's no stickies on point, and that's a gift right there for Droso.
Yeah, I was watching their, I was looking at the Uber that got popped off really early. I wasn't looking at the point at all, and obviously 25 weren't either. There were sticks there. I guess they were deaded. That or GDK went down. Did you see what happened?
He was alive. I think he just dead for something else, maybe to try and get some damage. GDK had some forward stickies, and he's like his forward sticky traps, but on Badlands it's particularly risky. We go to the next mid. Soldiers are flying straight into slope from 425. So much aggression. D could just go down and return, but all that damage and focus down on slope has really pinned them back. GDK's going to clean it up. Hidden's going to try and walk in. He's getting some nice damage out here. Nice pipe onto Sid Vicious. Nice from Hidden. I thought he was trying a little bit too hard there to try and get something done, and now Nico's going to get in and get another pick. And nice trades from the only 2 players up for Eshok, and they might fancy a repush straight away off that.
Yeah, they salvaged the mid there. It looked like for Eshok that they kind of just jumped in like 1, 2, 3, 4, and they all went down. D-Gun made a nice try for the med, but yeah, you know, I mean, they don't come out of it too badly here. They're getting ready to come in. Hiden's been playing really aggressive. I think he feels like he has to because I don't know. I mean, they have a slight edge now on the Uber right now, so they'll be able to act first, more than likely, unless they get, you know, get a med pick on them or something.
Yeah, and that pick on the flank though is going to lead in Eshok pretty easy. 425 just going to give it to them. Nico gets another pick. Nico seems to keep, he's got a couple of picks, you know, for, well, he shouldn't really, you know, he's not really in a position to get a pick. He's not trying to make a play, he's just kind of finding them right now. That's 2 players down, and 425 will have Uber to block this eventually. Just give the last percent up now. Eshok aren't that close, but they look like they want to meet him at choke. It's going to all over out who the multis here, who multis worse, who gets the damage off. Border's been left on really low health, just about saved by his medic right there. But this could be bad for him. Eshok going to have to run away. Nico dies on the flank. Sid Vicious trying to get aggressive going through. And it's kind of sort of settling down a little bit now, but there is a player really far behind. I think that's Droso for Eshok Esports, and they're going to sandwich Sid Vicious on the flank, and his 2 picks are just going to invite Eshok to come through. They're going to get all over Deacon now. He's trying to surf away on 15 HP. He's going to sneak away, but he has to leave his pocket, Shayu, to die. Now 425 have lost a lot of positioning. Shadowburn's trying to get some high ground with a distraction. GDK is going to spam a point, but he's about to get a whole lot of pressure back on him. And now 425 really don't have a position to contest this Spire. And I'm not sure if they've just backed it up out of net. They seem quite comfortable on last 425, comfortable in their ability to hold it.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got a pyro up now on last. They're trying to do that. That's Scappa. I feel like the 425 squad have been kind of playing together as a tight-knit group, but it's just I find them backing up so often, and I see a lot of the Eshok guys going in for plays. Nico going to sneak in here, see if he can pull anything out. He's spotted right off the bat. 95% Uber on the side here. Izzy getting ready maybe to move on it. They've got a Heavy to deal with, and a Sniper, Shu is up, who just got Droso.
Yeah, a bit of for all the off classes right now. Sniper, Pyro, and Heavy on the defense from 425. They're going to get Droso. I think 425 are just going to be content. Don't want to throw anything too far. And Eshok not really trying too much either. Droso's going to come back on Sniper, so I don't know if they're just going to play in a sort of long-winded sniper dueling game, you know?
I think they have to here, though. I mean, I think they know that Shu is up, and they're giving him just that respect you need to give a sniper. There he goes, getting Droso again. And so this whole push pretty much stalled single-handedly by Sniper. Shu's going to stay up on Sniper, and as well he should.
Yeah, we're 30 minutes into this game, and they don't seem to have an answer. They're going to come back on Scout. Wow! Where was that body shot from?
That was from down below. That's a drop for Izzy, and boy, oh boy, Shu gonna take a bow and get back on Soldier. I think he's done his job. And
Eshok are gonna try and force the issue here. Both subs have got in and they're low behind the point. GDK's gonna take 3 frags on all the heavy classes.
No chance.
I'm not sure if I like that play from Eshok. You know, like you still have 5 people up, or 4 people up, even though you medics drop, just make it difficult to push. There's a scout hiding from the back cap here. Joseph's gonna go up through drop down, but there's still quite a few players on last. I don't know if he can get it. There's a Heavy sitting on the point while the rest of the players push out. Scapper is going to go down to Droso. Droso is still behind, and this has left sort of Shayo and Dika really sort of by themselves and isolated here. They're going to be forced really far back. Shayo's going to try and make something quick, but he really can't. Dika's just going to have to run away. He's got a scout on him now. Trash, he's down to 20 HP. Surely he can't get out. GDK's arrived. He nearly gets the scout, does not get the scout in time. He's actually going to die to spam in the end, Dika, and Just a real miscommunication on the push there, and now they're going to try and capitalise on this E-Shock coming in top left, 75% on the charge. Scout's going to run and get in all over GDK.
Wow,
GDK's down. Scappa's just beasted he down. Border's protecting his medic right now, but Nico comes back and cleans that up, and Dika has respawned, but he's only got his Roma, Shadowburn left. They're going to Uber in as well. Shadowburn's going to do some serious
spawns are not going to come.
He's gone above the point, he's trying, he gets 2! It's not enough though, not a bad effort from Shadowburn, but just complete, the numbers just against him there. What was that push from 425? Like, they just sent the combo out and everyone else stayed at last?
I don't know, I've seen a lot of questionable pushes, a lot of questionable moves from both teams here, actually. I mean, we just saw before that, eShock kind of just made a questionable play, sending everyone in after they dropped their medic. I don't know. Both these teams, it's like they had their sugar this morning and they're just going crazy. But at any rate, Shu coming in, the blue combo rolled out on the left, or the right side here, sorry, by House. Shu's just going to go in solo on the mid, and he's got only 2 teammates left up. It's Scappa and Dicker. Just kind of a safe hold. I mean, eShock just kind of coming up right and just chilling.
Yeah, sort of like a passive shithouse push there from eShock. They sent the players in aggressive early, focused on GDK, got some other nice damage off, and after that they just, I think Board and Deegan have actually swapped. I think normally Deegan's for Pocket and Board's for Roma, but it looks like Board is now on Pocket and Deegan's on Roma, so they've switched that around since the last games I've seen them play. But yeah, just played that mid well. Board was there ready to play defensive, protect his medic. They kept his ear. Now they have Uber, but Deeka did survive as well.
Good Deegan up on Spy, CommanderX.
Oh, whereabouts is he right now? Is he trying to
get under Graybridge right now, trying to plan his little thing here. We already saw him whiff once on a play, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with it here. I feel like eShock is struggling to get something going. Meanwhile, Droso forced the Uber, and is still in, just creeping around last. He almost makes it alive, not quite. A nice force there, as neither medic now has Uber. They traded scouts, and that's about it. But D-Gun,
they're really far away from each other as well. It's going to be up to Deegan's kind of all by himself right now. He's right behind him. They're going to try and push, but Deegan's going to drop behind him. He drops in front of him though instead. He's got. Oh! He Deegan tries to jump over the Spy, and Deegan just ends up backstabbing him.
Little Spy juggle there.
Yeah, despite all of that though, they've got quite a lot of frags here, 425, and Russians will reclaim Spire despite a comical medic loss. And now they've got Droke to face Droso sniping down on them with his medic from Choke, which is not really connected too much so far, but it's just that threat. They're trying to spam him down, they can't really commit yet. The heals are arriving now from Dika. They can maybe force him back now, but they're going to drop Sid Vicious on the flank.
Any Droso fans out there, you gotta be hoping he does a little more here. He's fired off about 8 rounds and hasn't done anything. He's got that huge,
we need a little bit more from the crowd, you know. He needs the fan support right now.
Raise your Drosos in the Twitch chat. He's whiffing on everything, but at any rate, I'm wondering now, are we gonna have I don't know, we get Scappa up on Pyro. I wonder will we get Shu on Sniper, because we saw Shu command the whole field almost here at last, and really good defenses so far by 425 for the most part. If they don't bleed, 4 players here, they should be able to hold this fairly well, but we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah.
Who's GDK though? That's Bod taking out GDK.
It's going to make it tough right now, and it looks like Deegan's going to lead the charge. He's getting juggled, he's got the U, but 86% on Deacon, but they need to hold the point with no stickies. The Heavy's going to drop, and the Pyro's doing such good work right now. He's going to buy Deacon time to get the U, but the Pyro's going to go aggressive as well. All over the medic down to 40, will get the health back and survive. And GDK is just about to respawn now, that's going to make it 5-5. Small Uber advantage for Izzy. But it looks like Hidden's still poking. Soldiers coming in for combos, Evian in bottom left. Hidden's spamming pipes, but he can't really land too many of them. And eShock are kind of scattered around right now. They're losing people. Nego's too.
Droso gets GDK finally. I was about to give him the body shot award because he was doing nothing. The quick scope award. Droso is, they're in a good position here. Droso, well, that was D-Gun who took him out. They just sort of chipped away all the 425 players slowly. Just taking advantage of that long respawn time, CS. Yeah,
the Heavy was the only guy left in the end, and he just couldn't get down to the point quick enough, and it was a pretty easy cap from there, but eShock just made that really messy. Like, this seems to be sort of a pattern that's starting to emerge in that. Both teams are...
Well, yeah.
425 want to slow it down, and eShock just want to sort of get involved and cause some chaos as we go into this next mid. And it's going to be the same again, I think, from eShock, that shithouse push. Shadowburn's ready to counter jump. Both soldiers getting all over the train. GTK's trying to work them down. But there's no real support for the eShock soldiers here, and they're just really passive in Valley. 425 are taking all the point presence. The combo's going to come through now, all over Dika. Board's going to get him, but he's got a lot to do right now. Board, he's disconnected from Izzy as well. The arrow will land. Nico's there to help him out, and They might just have to be able to re-push this. GDK is going to go aggressive though. He wants the medic. Huge air shot.
Big shot there.
GDK gets for frag on board, but board saved his medic's life right now with that shot. Great play. Izzy will survive thanks to board's heroics. 425
but it's
hit
going
mid.
to be just Izzy alone. I mean, eShock are continuing to do that passive thing, CX. I was watching them all through that mid. They didn't come in and make plays, or they would bomb in and then they would jump out immediately. It feels like they're just still playing very passively and just wanting to sit back. They're sitting on full Uber now, which will help. Maybe they'll figure out how to make a play here, but I don't know. I mean, you'd think being up 3-1, I mean, wouldn't you just keep putting the pedal to the metal here and just take it down their throats?
I mean, there's still 10 minutes left, and it is Badlands. Like, people can put quick rounds down here if you get a good mid. I don't think they just don't want to throw it away, you know? Like, they still have time to work with. They don't want to overcommit too much too soon. Like right now, I think they're just going to settle for a forward hold. I mean, Shayu's trying to get out on balcony, but he's about to get jumped by soldiers, and that's not going to work out for him. He's going to be forced back.
Dicker gets his over, but he drops it!
They all came from behind, and the flank just got exposed there, and now this is going to be impossible for 425 to hold on, and that's 4-1. Maybe now they need to start putting the pedal to the metal.
Yeah, absolutely. It was nice work there. I thought that he was going to pop off Uber and just pop it on nothing, but Dicker, he just decided to drop it. It was nice work there, and I mean, I don't know here. What can 425 even do? It'll be important to see how their mid plays out. I'm going to watch Shadowburn here because as sort of the Merc who's filling in here, it's he's got to make me feel a little bit of pressure, and he's going to roll in again. I think this is the exact same rollout. Carbon copy again from eShock, just sort of doing that passive shithouse thing, and Shadowburn doesn't have any angle to do anything here. He's up against the healed soldier. He's going to just go for the med. If they have no heals here, I mean, it'll help certainly a lot. It's a 3v3 situation now. Izzy's got a lot of heals to get out, though. GDK comes down. He's got a full overheal almost. Izzy's just cycling through his weapons here like he's...
Oh! The fadeaway arrow from Izzy. A soldier's going to jump on him as well. He's going for the sword.
Oh my god!
Shayu just about holds on.
Is this guy real?
And it looks like we're going to challenge for mid here before Scap's going to come straight in, take a lot of damage. Nico maybe hadn't quite planned that one out as much as he thought he had. And that mid again, like, I was thinking this when eShock were doing it, I was like, this really passive shithouse push is punishable, like, really hard.
Yeah,
GK just sat at choke with his medic, soaked up all the heals, let everyone trade damage, and just came in to finish it up. And it was comfortably 425s right until that sort of last fadeaway arrow on... but from Izzy. And
yeah, but who's this Izzy kid? I mean, boy, oh boy, he. I was impressed by that. I like the combat medics. Yeah.
I think I'm pretty sure his team France's medic. Maybe I'm making it up. He's certainly at least on the bench. But yeah, I think it's his first season in Prem. First season in Prem for a lot of these guys on the eShock team.
Some new faces, but I mean, I'm impressed so far. One thing I want to say about 425, I mean, they've kept this mid, and they've done all right on their mids, but it just seems like they can't follow up on it here. And in these sort of choke situations and pushing second situations, it just seems like eShock comes out on top. We're going to push around flank. The whole combo coming around flank right now, which is an interesting push. There's a soldier in forward who promptly gets out of there. Just bringing it around flank right now, wrapping. They pop first, and we'll see how 425... I don't know, a lot of players scattered around here.
He's separated from everyone. Like, he holds onto the Uber, but he drops his demo in his pocket at a cost. Now there's a soldier on Dika. Dika should be okay. Izzy's had to pop, but I think he's in no position. Shayu gets the force out. Joso runs out to Stone Bridge, and then remembers he can't rocket jump up to Spire and has to just back up. Deegan, I think that is, has tried to jump. He will trade for the scout, but not really too much done there. Meanwhile, I think Shadowburn's... no, Sid Vicious, look how he's so deep. Sneaking around on last, just going to back out right now. And now we're in a pretty much even Uber situation. I'm surprised 425 haven't whacked out the crits yet. They normally love crits on pretty much any map, any situation. They fancy themselves on crits. But we haven't seen it so far.
Nope. We got 6.5. Yeah, you read my mind. Left to go, and Droso's up at last, hoping he can finally get a big sniper play. We've seen him try, but so far the better sniper, in my mind at least, has been.
Nico went so low from that Nico play, like down to 20 HP, just a bit of a Hail Mary scout there. And it's currently 4-1 with 6.5 minutes left to the eShock guys, and they have an Uber. Sid Vicious goes down, we're going to Uber in early, Uber through no stickies, they're trying to get it, but that Pyrus has reflected everything they try and do.
The stickies are still down, and they get GDK!
Wow, they're going to Uber
nice job there.
But Pyro's gone aggressive, Board's going to join him as well. Shadowburn's going to go down. Border wants to push all the way. He thinks about chasing a medic, but he's just going to run into a soldier, get the free frag there. And I think that's pretty much everyone cleaned up behind as well. I don't know where Sid Vicious is going actually for last. Sid Vicious could clinch this here. He has to one-on-one a Pyro. Surely Scout v Pyro, he can win this. Pyro's gone up in the air, he's down to 15 HP. Deegan wins for Pyro v Scout 1v1.
He's gonna taunt.
Yep, a comfortable taunt. Meanwhile, the rest of his team have secured CP2. And E-Shock here, at this point, any sort of point gain is good for them. They can just play the clock right now. They don't need to go forward.
Well, I mean, I've got to call back on the play by Hidden, who did such a good job not panic-deading and just leaving his sticks down and took out GDK, and that basically precipitated this whole push back. And they're coming right through. Dicker's out. He's got the Ubersaw just to block. He's gonna run back to GDK, but I don't know. Let's see if they can get a pick off of that. That's a big play by Dicker potentially. They've only got 3 players up. It's 3v3 right here. What do you think of that?
It's pretty weird. I mean, they get hit at, so we've got the demo man advantage, but now, because Izzy was only like 25% behind, he now has Uber as well, and we're going to Uber the Scout in. Shadowburn's going to go down. Now Droso's bearing down on GDK. GDK's just going to try and jump away. He's super low. He's going to get finished off by Droso. They're still trying to defend Dika. Shayu's doing his best, but Scout's going to come in as well. Droso will go down. They will keep Dicker alive, but E-Shock have got so much point presence after this, but forward spawn's coming in. Scout's going to try and contest it now, trying to challenge Droso off, not Droso. The other guy, Nico off for point.
Other guy.
The other one. That other French guy over there.
Yeah, I mean, the Dicker play was... Dicker's about to get his Uber here again. I mean, I guess it's paying off here in the end. Oh, it goes down to 30, though. 29, as a matter of fact, but looks like... I don't want to jinx it here. Looks like he will get his Uber, though. So, I mean, that Uber saw sort of coming back to haunt there. We're going to be able to take second pretty much for free here.
There's a Scout behind them. They've got 2 people on it, so they should get that comfortably. But now GDK separated from the Uber. Shayu can't get a lot done with a solo charge. They cap CP2, but now they've got to try and take it to last. Hidan, maybe we're going to get caught out there. Just gets away bottom right. Now there's a Scout on Dika. And Shayu doesn't seem to have... Literally has 0 rockets right now.
Nico's back behind with 1 HP. Oh! Yeah. Nico took out Shadowburn, that's, I don't know, 1 HP, that's all you need, right? They're looking to take this Uber out right now. Looks like 2 picks was enough, and a 3rd pick, as here comes Izzy, pushing his team out, and they're going to see, I don't know, looking real aggressive here. They're going to come right to mid, looks like.
Yeah, Board looks, it looks like he just wants to lock down his chokes. The enemy's quite far back, though, so I don't imagine he's not going to want to take it in straight away. We're just going to cap it at CP2 for free, and time is against 425 now. They need a drop or something. They need something big from one of their players. To sort of swing this round back. E-Shock going to try and push through houses. The early Uber, Izzy taking no risks. GDK's going to get juggled out. Hidden's going really deep, trying to get damage done, but is he going to overextend? He's down to 11. He just about gets away with it. Scouts are traded, and now Dika has Uber. They're going to pop straight back in, trying to do some damage. GDK's going pretty deep, all over Izzy right now. Izzy's down to 20.
Nice.
GDK will take both. There are 2 players behind 425 right now, and this is going to slow him down. Nice rockets right there to deny that Scout. Soldier and Demo jumped in as well. Hidden's going to get 2, he's going to get 3.
Wow, Hidden!
Wow,
as good as GDK is, GDK still fighting it out, but I mean, Hidden has had 4 flashes of brilliance. Oh, look at that, a pipe!
Oh wow, Lord. GDK put out some nice damage as well. Now Hidden and GDK just taking turns in decimating each other's team.
They've been kind of the MVPs. I mean, I'm seeing huge things out of both. I want to call out there has been a switch to crits, although, I mean, this map is a wash.
Yeah, like, all these messy fights are just sort of playing into E-Shock's hands. You know, we said they like to make it messy, and it just means any progress you make from the other teams just kind of throwing everyone at you and making it a little bit awkward. It's slow progress, really. You don't get to just roll anyone back. Now we see the crits from Deacon. But it's only 2 minutes left, so I think the time is against them. I think we're just going to try and get around on the board, try and give them some motivation going into the next map, which will be CP Process. And they're trying to take it down main right now. Sid Vicious finds a way to die. Again, the crits is on GDK right now. Shadowburn finds a way to die. I'm not sure what they're trying to bait out here. They're going to get the Pyro. GDK is going to have to hit every crits right now. He's trying to get more. He doesn't get a lot, but it's Sticky on the point does not debt. Now it's just Dika and the respawn as he's going for slices. He gets 1 on Nico before Board comes and rescues his Scout. And now I'm not sure if they're even going to push out. Actually, Nico's going straight to point. The Scout's thinking about dueling him. He's just trying to spam him down right now. There is a Scout behind Sid, which just gets 1. And meanwhile, Shadowburn's jumped up and blocked that point. Deegan is on last. Droso's trying to cut the Scout off. He's trying to go behind. But Sid Vicious is going to win that 1v1 as well, and he's going to think about coming in, but there's too many players from E-Shot back on last. But I think 425 can probably just take this. We're at numbers right now.
Yeah, Beaker is deciding to just do his heals completely with the crossbow. It's it's dead time, it's junk time. They did come in and take it, but it's 4-2 like we said. We're looking for the second map here now.
Yeah. It just seemed 425 didn't really have like we may play this passive game. Like it really doesn't work if they're down rounds. Like it's really difficult to play a slow and methodical game. Especially when they were like 2 rounds down for most of that game, you know, like I think the score was 3-1 for a lot of it. It's really difficult to try and play that role when you've got to go forward and you've got to make rounds. And eShock, who are just trading so much with 425, I'm just getting the logs up right now. There doesn't seem to be an awful lot in it. Not much more than you'd expect, really. Just the only thing, I guess, hidden really, or hidden, however you say it, is pretty low on damage.
But I mean, we saw a lot of big moments out of Hayden and just lots. I mean, good game sense, like that moment on last that we talked about and so on. I mean, I think that he's shown that he's almost equal with GDK, at least on the first map. I mean, we'll see how it is on process, which is a little more wide open, and we'll see how he plays the mids, for example. But I mean, the demos, I think, real close there. Damage is not always the #1 thing, CX. I know you're a demo, but
are those moments he got? Is that literally his only contribution? Then you know, like those 2 or 3 moments we're talking of, like that jump into mid, the play on last. He had a couple of other nice pipes, but is you know, like is he sort of what's the word? Like a show pony, you know, like big plays, but not consistent contribution to his team.
Well, you know. In my continent, North America, which I know you think is shit, but
I've heard of it.
So yes,
place, yeah.
But, you know, frequently it's a little different with demos in North America. I feel like sometimes it's just enough in North America for demos to put out the huge damage and just let their scouts sort of clean it up. Whereas here, a lot more of these demos want to sort of be the star and you know shine and that. But I think that. I really think Hidden was doing a great job. He's just doing what he has to do. He's putting out tons of damage and letting his scouts clean up. They did really great. Nico had a fantastic, and actually Drosso played really good as well.
But he wasn't playing Sniper.
Well, right. He needs to get it going on Sniper. They need to consider another option there. But I think the scouts did a great job cleaning up. And it's the same on both sides, actually. Sid Vicious played a good game as well. But, you know, certainly I would give GDK the slight edge. And I think GDK is certainly the most skilled demo. DM-wise, I don't think anyone would disagree there.
Yeah, certainly in this matchup, he really put out the damage, but I did feel sometimes, I don't know if, like GDK was taking a lot of heals, like he'd be fully buffed while everyone was trading damage, and it kind of sets him up for this cleanup play. But Demoman's not always the easiest class to clean up with, so I don't know if that just made it more difficult for him, sort of like, even though he's fully buffed, maybe spreading the heals out a bit more in those kind of situations. Like, I know Shayu likes to play quite aggressive on mid, Shadowburn obviously plays with very minimal heals, and it's the same with the scouts really. It's sort of, GDK's kind of, like, Deeka's forced to play with GDK just because he's kind of the only guy left a lot of the time. I think the real problem 425 faced was those moments when they pushed. Like, there was very few pushes they had, and that seemed like a team push.
Yeah.
Like, I saw lots of Shayu and Deeka just going on like a merry adventure, but Shayu and GTK got separated quite a lot, and there wasn't even much of a mix-up, you know, like it was Shayu Uber or GTK Uber, there were no really scouts involved or anything else. Just a little bit predictable, and maybe too predictable, as I'm not sure if they're going to change server going into this next map now.
Is he had 4 frags? I just want to call that out.
Including a medic pick.
Yeah. So that's certainly a thing. Yeah, I think that I think we've mentioned all the sort of big points that we saw there, which are that 425 can't really get big team push together. I want to talk about the mids a little bit as well. I mean, it seemed like 425 didn't have answers on the mids. It seems like eShock had a lot of really good mids, or it seemed like even if they had bad ones, they could sort of follow it up well, and their repushes were really good. I mean, I feel like eShock sort of, I mean, they just won so many times tactically. I mean, they were the ones making the plays, and it just seems like 425 were sort of trying to scramble around and adapt a little more often, while it seems like eShock, they were making the plays more often.
Yeah, it just seemed really difficult for 425. Like, it's just, like, they're doing okay. Like the fights are messy, but it's just not quite in that same teamwork. I think Board on Pocket Soldiers particularly is sort of holding the structure together quite a lot better, you know? Like, he's giving them sort of a basis to build upon, like him and Izzy working together as a combo now. It's given them a much stronger base to build upon than Deeka and whoever's pocketing him at the time out of GDK and Shayu.